Welcome to the Windows Phone Concierge website. Today we're going to help you prepare your multimedia collection prior to importing into the Zune software. We're going to start by inspecting the MP3 tags located within your MP3 files, and for the purposes of this walkthrough, we'll be using an MP3 tag management program like MP3 Tag. Right now we're going to go ahead and load the soundtracks subfolder. After this loads, we're going to go ahead and highlight the Dances with Wolves album. We'll start by clicking on the top entry and then holding down the Shift key and pressing the last entry, and that will do a range selection. We're now going to double check the fields like artist, album, and album artist to make sure that they're all consistent. We're next going to move to the right and check out the track ID numbers to make sure that they're all sequential. The software that I used to originally rip this album almost 10 years ago did not necessarily encode this information in the MP3 tag itself, so this information may actually be missing. This could be something different like 9, but in this particular case it is correct, so we'll leave it at 10. Now let's go look at the MP3 tag, specifically the ID3 version 2.3 tag, as seen here. We want to make sure that it's consistent all the way through, which it is. Now, let's start Zune for the first time. The first time you start Zune, it will declare that you have no music collection, but worry not, it will begin searching your drive shortly and find all the multimedia files that you have, albums and songs, etc. In those situations where Zune cannot properly identify an album cover, we will once again utilize MP3 tag to correct the issue. As you can see here, Zune has not been able to properly identify the soundtrack album Braveheart. So we're going to go to Find Album Info and see if we can do a little bit of manual check. I see a couple albums here. The green one is the one that I need, but as you can see it only has one song in it. So I don't want to use that because it would screw up the listing that I have. So we're going to go ahead and go out to a third-party program, MP3 Tag, to do the rest of the work. So let's do a range copy again. Click the first entry in Braveheart and then hold Shift and click on the last entry and we'll get the range. We're now going to go over to the album art and say yes to Braveheart. And the first one looks like it might be good because it's a James Horner soundtrack. And that looks good enough to me. That looks pretty much like the album cover I have, so we'll say OK. It is now writing that particular album cover to all 18 of the files, which is to say each song now has the album cover embedded in it, as you can see off to the left. And back in Zune, we can now see that our manual adjustment to the Braveheart soundtrack now shows the correct album art, and the song tracks are all in order, so everything looks like it's been manually adjusted just fine. Thank you for visiting the Windows Phone Concierge website. We hope this video walkthrough makes it easier for you to import your MP3 collection into the Microsoft Zune application.